YouTube, what's good eBay? Here we are, we're back again. This time we got the Roland MT-100 digital sequencer slash sound module, which is currently up for sale on eBay. And I have to say, for a piece of gear that came out back in like 1987, this truly is one of the dopest and easiest pieces of gear I've ever used. It doesn't have all the fancy features of, a modern day computer sequencer, but everything it has, it does very well. The way it works is pretty much just like a old 4-track used to work, except we're not recording audio data, we have 2 tracks of MIDI data. So we would select our track, record, and then we could select the second track, record that track. Once those 2 are full, we can punch them down with the merge button, which will free up one of our tracks, and virtually we could record a third, fourth, and so on. So I have MIDI in and out running out of the MT-100 over to the Korg Z1, which we're going to use as our MIDI trigger. And right now we just have a brass sound, a synth brass sound loaded from the sound module on the MT-100. So if we hit record, our red lights are flashing. We can select what track we want. So we'll hit track 1. Now our play button's flashing. I could hit play. It's going to start playing through the bars. And then I could just, record, play keys at any point. Or if I want to start right off the first bar, then the minute I hit a key, the MT-100 is going to know to start sequencing. We do have a metronome as well, so I've hit the metronome button. You can hear it beeping away. On the back here, there is a volume knob to control how loud we want the metronome. Okay, so I'll just quickly play some keys here. So hit stop. Now we can cue back to the top, so up to measure 1 there. And hit play, and we should hear what we just recorded. So turn the metronome off now so we can hear it. And there it is. Now you do have 2 record modes. Reel, which is just live recording like we did, or there is a punch-in mode as well. So if you want to punch in at a certain part, just hit the execute button, and then you can use your transport controls to punch in wherever you want to punch in. You do have markers, so you could set 2 markers to either loop a certain section or quickly access those sections that you want to punch in at. You can change the metronome beat, like right now I'm just on a 4/4, but you could change whatever scale you want to work on. Aside from that, if we're going to delete, then you would just hit delete and then select the track you want to delete. The sound module, use the sound control button and then the sound button. Brings open the sound module menu. Use our jog wheel to scroll through the sounds. And when we find a sound we want to use, we'll just hit the execute button. So we'll just use that. So we'll hit execute. Now I can select the second track. So record. We're going to record on track 2. Hit the metronome, and once again we'll start playing. So hit stop, turn the metronome off so we can hear it better, go back to the top. And there's the 2 tracks we played. Now, like I was saying earlier, if you wanted to record a 3rd track, then we could merge these together. So we have our merge button. Select what track we want to merge it to. So I'm going to select track 1. Hit execute. Give it a second, and there. So hit play. Now everything's merged on track 1, but we have track 2 empty. So we would just hit track 2, record, and go through the process again. And that's pretty it. I mean, it's really easy to use, like I said. You can save your MIDI data sequences. It uses quick disks, so not just your regular double density disks. You do need quick disks, which are a little more rare, but they're fairly common, I would say, on eBay. You can find them pretty easy. Personally, all I would do as soon as I recorded something, I would dump that down to the computer and just do it that way. I never had to save anything myself, but depending on your workflow, I mean, you could also just leave this thing powered on as well, and then you're good to go that way. So yeah, overall everything's in great condition. I mean, I'm sure you can see in the camera there's a few little surface scratches on it, but I mean, we're talking about a piece of gear that's 30 years old basically now. So really nice piece. Like I said, really easy to use. Within, a matter of minutes, you have a song laid down. And yeah, I don't think it gets any better for hardware sequencing. For something like my synth here, the Z1, I find this a lot easier and quicker to get an idea across than loading up the computer, loading up Pro Tools or Cubase or whatever sequencer you want to use. So that's about it. If you have any questions about the Roland, feel free to send me a message on eBay or send me a message on YouTube, and I'll be happy to get back to you. Other than that, good luck. Feel free to send me any offers on eBay, and take care.